Okay, just leaving North Sydney down towards the, you see the train leaving North Sydney, down towards the Harbour Bridge, which is over there in the distance. So we have to get onto the main road or freeway, whatever you want to call it, that goes across the Harbour Bridge. Still a little bit of way to go, probably a kilometre. But I think I'm going to walk it a little bit so that I can get some idea. Oh, 1K, there we go. See? There's another timing sensor. Again, I only put one foot onto it, so I'm hoping it registers. So I think they'll have these timing sensors, it looks like every kilometre. It's getting really hot now. Put my hat again. Try and keep it on this time. So this building on the right, that building is one end of the Harbour Bridge, and actually used to work in that building on the other side in Middlemere Street. It's been used over the years for a variety of industries. Wow, all those people in front. I think there's a lot more people this year running than there have been in the past, because we don't have a lot of running festivals around Sydney. The two major ones seem to be the City to Surf, followed by the Sydney Running Festival. There's also the half marathon, the Sydney Morning Herald half marathon, which is in between, I think, and the real life insurance run. Oops, they go up that way, keep to the left. So around that corner there is where the old start line used to be, down near Luna Park and Bradfield Park. Oh yeah, they have blocked it off. I thought they didn't block it off. I'm just going to keep walking because it's really hard to video and to run for long distances anyway. So we're about to cross now. It's a chopper in the air. Usually is recording footage from above, although they could do it with drones these days. My legs are getting a little bit tight because I didn't stretch and I didn't train. So there's still a long way to go, still 3.2 kilometres to go. And I think at some point in time over the bridge is when people start to slow down. So you can see people slowing down, there's gaps in between now. Let's see. Oh wow, still a huge amount of people behind. Oh look, people waving from above on the train, or people saying hi to people on the train. Are these people going to work, or are they just going towards the recovery village? Certainly not running in the race. I don't think they care. I think they're just curious, but they're not going to wave back. So passing Mills's Point station now. I like how there's signs XXX and then 3 lanes are still open. There's no traffic on the bridge at the moment. The bridge is absolutely closed to traffic until the race is over. You can hear the helicopters above again. Speck in the sky. Oh, it's doing a little bit of a turn. I don't know if you can see it. Look at that. Very close to getting over the Harbour Bridge. And when you pass the Harbour Bridge, it's usually the 2 kilometre mark. So the run goes along the Harbour Bridge and usually across or under the Cahill Expressway, depending on how they routed it, and then towards the Conservatorium of Music and the Botanic Gardens where it ends. I always find that the hardest bit because you know you're nearly there, but it's still a long way. It seems a long way and a long time to get to the finish line. So this is only the mini marathon. Just imagine what the full marathon is like at half, and there's no half marathon this year. It's been deleted at the 10k. I have done the 10k quite a few times, but since I don't know what's ahead, I always do the family run, or the mini marathon as it's called now, just in case I can't make it. So now up to about 9 minutes into my video. My hat keeps falling off. Let's try and keep it on. So here you'll see people stopping a lot to take photos and selfies. Because it is a very historic race along the Harbour Bridge once a year.
Yeah, well that's good. That's what we wanted.
We're telling me to bring a rain poncho. Okay, nearly there onto the Harbour Bridge. Well, technically we're on the Harbour Bridge already. You can see the railway line next to it. I think you're technically on the Harbour Bridge when you get to Milson's Point Station. So here you go. Absolutely perfect weather. See the Australian flag flying above. And I think you should be, yes, you can see the Aboriginal flag next to it. Oops, can I see it? Yeah. So yeah, this is where people stop for selfies, especially tourists and families, first timers, interstate, intercity, regional people that come from all over Australia just to run this race. And here we are at the 2 kilometre mark. As mentioned previously, usually when you get to the Harbour Bridge, there's a 2 kilometre mark. And this is what it was similar to when originally in the Blackmores Running Festival, they used to have markers like this, and it was very close to the Harbour Bridge. So they've put it back where it should be, or close to where it used to be. Well, that mother was in a hurry to get to the finish line. Look at those tracks, close up. There's one thing I used to always do when I ran across this bridge too, and I'm scared of heights. I used to stand over one of these grates like that family was doing over there. See what they're doing? Looking through and pointing my camera down and looking below. And it is, I'm just scared to do it. But you can see the water below. So I think I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to go and step over it. But it scares me to do that. And the other thing I like to do is point my camera upwards and show the Harbour Bridge in all its glory. So there's a few of those grates, I think, at either end of the Harbour Bridge. So you can see a lot of people just jogging or not even running full speed at the moment, just taking in the Harbour Bridge and taking a lot of selfies and photos and videos to post on social media. Oops, my cap is coming off again. It's so windy up here. So, the original features of the Harbour Bridge, like the lights. I should have asked my friend to come along. He would have loved it. But we're meeting up hopefully next week for a very early morning start. Oh, someone's left an apple. Interesting. I know there's a few bananas in the bin I've seen. A few oranges sitting on disused or discarded clothing. And an apple on the bridge. Maybe that was a selfie shot. There's a train coming back in the opposite direction towards North Sydney. There's hardly any passengers on it unless they're going to work. I wonder if I should interview a couple of people and see how they're doing. So now we're into about 16 minutes of the video and almost to the other end, probably 2/3 across the bridge. Oh, cute. I am sweating. It is hot now. I still have my jacket on, just can't be bothered taking it off. It's just the wind anyway, blowing.
Yeah, because we're going past the sign. We're going past the sign.
And they're off again. See how some of the runners in the B group are actually running to catch up. So that's what I usually do. I usually do fast, slow, fast, slow, fast, slow, depending on whether the track is flat or if it's downhill. And that's where I catch up and make up for the time that I've slowed down. But it's great how they usually speed up down towards the end of the Harbour Bridge just to make it to Cahill Expressway, and then when they get there they sort of take their time again, and then when they reach the other end of Cahill Expressway it's probably the last 1.5 k's or so, so they start speeding up again and then they slow down and then they speed up again towards the finish line, which is just near the Conservatorium music, so about half a kilometre if I'm correct. So having done this many times, I'm still taking my time today. So photographers are always placed everywhere, and they take photos, because if you want some souvenirs you can actually purchase them, and that's why there are photographers all around at certain points.
Keep running.
There's another grate. Okay, so you can just, I don't know if you saw that, but there is a gap in there, and that's where you can see the water below. I probably missed it when I pushed it down and up again. Volunteers on the side. Volunteers serve not just to marshal, make sure everyone's keeps on the track, but also probably to call for first aid when it's necessary, and to encourage people to actually keep running and saying you're almost there. So yeah, they play an important role. I've never actually been a volunteer because I'm actually running, but one year I did volunteer pre-race at the Expo, and that was many years ago, but that was the year unfortunately that my taxi didn't arrive and I missed the race altogether. So very ironic. Hope it never happens again, but it is a lot of fun volunteering. I'm just hoping I don't run out of battery power before I hit the end of the race, but I do have a charger with me. So I'm just going to point out that building onto the right. That's International Tower of Barangaroo, I believe, one of them. I think there's 3 now. I can't remember. Well, I could be wrong. Maybe it's not. I'm not sure. That they all look the same now. All these high rises look the same. So I don't think that's Barangaroo actually, because there's only one tower there. But I could be wrong. So people are actually turning back and taking photos, which is a good idea. There's a chopper in the side, and then there's a shot of the Harbour Bridge that I just crossed, and people running across it. So let's continue. I'm actually falling behind.
Next late, come on.
So, where's my pace setter that I was looking at before? I want to try and keep up with her. Okay, I'm going to end the video now because I'm going to try and catch up again. Thanks for watching.